Look, robot movies, they've been around for a century. They show all ends of the spectrum. You got movies like The Terminator, where robots are all villainous and here to destroy us. And then you got the cuter, cuddly kind, so like in The Wild Robot. So I'd love to know what drew you into this story.
Partially the robot, actually. I feel the same way. I like robot movies. The idea that there was a robot front and center as the main character of this movie was very attractive. But even more so when I read the book and realized that this robot is going to be an accidental mother, which goes way against its programming. That really drew me in. That's a conflict. There's a lot of energy in there, and of course, there's a lot of heart and a lot of emotion that's generated by that relationship, both with Roz and the Gosling that she accidentally learns is now hers, but also her relationship with the animals on the island. So there's so much emotional resonance within the story, and that was, I'd say, a labor of love on my part and the part of everybody on the crew to bring that to the screen.
And unlike some other books, here there were some drawings, the black and white drawings in Peter Brown's books that could have provided a little bit of guidance. So how did you
Yeah.
decide on the look of the film?
Uh, I would start with Roz, actually. We wanted to stay true to his Roz in that mainly in the proportions. He has a very clear proportion that he's described. And his style is both, Peter Brown's style is both very specific but also very graphic. So there's a lot of detail that we're going to have to fill in. So we had a big task ahead of us, which is to hopefully design a robot that would be iconic and memorable. But anybody who sees it in the future would instantly know that's Roz. It's no other robot. I feel like the artists on this film achieved it. Full credit to all of them. We were all trying to design Roz in parallel. I was doing drawings, but when Hyun brought in his design that one day, I think everybody, it was pencils down. He did it, that's her, and we began working and refining that design. But it was pretty much the one that you see on screen.
And great family films, they always find a way to appeal to both adults and kids. So how much thought went into that here and trying to find that right balance of humor and tone?
Uh, the humor and tone, that balance comes out of a lot of work. I do my best when I write the story, the initial script, but then we go through a lot of iterations, a lot of balancing, and it's almost like putting a car on a track. And you start running around because we test that over and over. We watch it over and over again, and just like a Formula One racer, it comes into the pit. We make adjustments. We set it out again until we feel like it's just right. So that's how we get that balance. And as far as adults and kids, we play to ourselves, I think, in a way. We work not to exclude anybody. But I think that I'm the same as the audience. I feel like our audience, I think that they're smart, but I don't feel like they're pretentious. I think they're very open. And they come to movies with open hearts and they're ready to hear a story. So anything I think that delights all of us and pulls us in is going to be the same for the audience.
Well, we now get a chance to see it here in Australia and Australian cinemas. So, Chris, thanks so much for speaking with us.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for it to open. I seriously, seriously cannot wait for people to see this. I couldn't be more excited about a project I've worked on.
Thank you.
Thank you.